Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the earnings call for the quarter ended June 30th, 2025, hosted by Precision Camshafts Ltd. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then zero on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Karan Shah, Whole-Time Director, Business Development. Thank you, and over to you, Mr. Karan Shah.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank you all for being a part of this Precision Camshafts Q1 FY26 earnings conference call. In case of any detailed questions related to finance, please email your questions at cs@pclindia.in and we shall provide you answers in a reasonable time. We have submitted our investors presentation for Q1 to the stock exchanges on August 25th, and the same is available on our website. Investors are requested to refer to the same. I'd like to start with sharing that Precision Camshafts Ltd reported a net profit of 25.6 crores for this quarter in comparison to a loss of 34 crores in the previous quarter and a profit of 18 crores in the corresponding quarter ended June 30th, 2024. This increase in net profit is mainly driven by growth in the domestic business, effective control over cost centers, and no impairment impacts in this quarter. Our subsidiary Memco has reported a profit of approximately 7 lakhs during the quarter. Memco's total income for the quarter was 13 crores compared to 11.1 crores in the previous quarter. This is mainly attributed to the growth in business with the existing customers and addition of 2 to 3 new customers at Memco. We continue to face headwinds with our e-mobility subsidiary EMOS in the Netherlands. EMOS earned a total revenue of approximately 16 crores in this quarter compared to previous quarter of 16.9 crores. And while the anchor customers of EMOS remain strategically aligned, there have been reductions in customer forecast and deferred decision-making from new customers. We still continue to look for new opportunities in this business. Our e-mobility efforts in India are growing steadily. Happy to share that we have received new orders for conversions of diesel vehicles to 100% electric from customers in key cities like Pune and Nagpur. And our electric heavy commercial vehicle development is going as per plan, where our first vehicles will be ready by the end of this calendar year. However, I must share that due to these extremely challenging times in Europe, the automotive market continues to deteriorate. This has had a direct impact on the continued working of our group company MFT. While MFT recorded a total income of 29 crores in this quarter, the company is faced with critical liquidity issues due to sudden drop in customer demand by over 30%. Key customers in the automotive sector have indicated significant volume drops for the rest of this year, and we are closely monitoring the situation and will update shareholders of any further developments at MFT. In summary, Precision Camshafts continues to navigate both opportunities and challenges. We are committed to delivering value and driving growth across our diverse portfolio. And while Europe remains a challenging geography to operate in, business in India is growing strongly and offsetting this impact. Coming to the financial performance of the companies, starting with the standalone business, total income for Q1 increased by 11.2% quarter-on-quarter to 164 crores. EBITDA margin for Q1 is at 26% and PAT margin was 15.7%. Coming to the consolidated business, consolidated income increased by 10.7% to 221 crores. EBITDA for this quarter increased by 16% to 41 crores. Profit before tax was 27 crores and profit after tax was 18.8, and EBITDA margin at a consolidated level was 18.5% and PAT was 8.4%. Memco achieved a revenue of 13 crores, MFT achieved a revenue of 29 crores, and revenue at EMOS was approximately 16 crores. This summarizes the financial and operational summary of the company, and with this I'd like to open the floor for questions and answers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to withdraw yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handset while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. First question is from the line of Rakesh Hegde who is an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah. My first question is regarding the financial performance. There is a huge surge in other income. So may I know the details of this? I mean, what is the breakup of other income?
During this quarter, you mean, sir?
Yes.
The other income is mostly related to finance income of the deposits and the amount that we cash on our balance sheet. But if you can please write us a mail at cs@pclindia.in, we will get back to you with exact details of the breakup if you can. I don't have these offhand with me.
Okay. Okay. And the second question is regarding the EV business. You in the opening remark, you mentioned that you have obtained new orders. So is that the domestic orders or are those international orders?
These are domestic orders. The new orders that I'm talking about are in India.
India. So how many vehicles, they are planning to retrofit into 100% electric vehicles?
This particular order we are talking about is in several hundreds, but it is done in phases, of course. No customer is willing to, retrofit a very large fleet in one go, because you can understand that these vehicles are pulled out of operations to be converted and then put back into operations. So typically it is in small batches of 15 to 20 vehicles at a time. But if you look at this customer, they are spread across India, and we have a commitment of several hundred vehicles that we want to convert for this customer, and we are starting in very key cities like Mumbai, Pune, and Nagpur at this point.
Okay. So when do you expect the orders of these clients to impact our financial statements? When will the revenue start flowing in the financials?
So revenue has already been flowing in the financials since January of this year, but it is not significant enough to be, shown separately at this point. But I think from next year onwards, it should have a more significant impact.
Okay. My last question is regarding the recent GST reduction proposals by the government. So do you see any positive impact out of this?
I think it's right now would not be fair for me to comment on this. Please, again, I would reserve this remark for our finance team. If you can please write to us, I will surely come back to you on this.
Okay. One last question from me is that what is the position of cash and cash equivalent and investments as on 30th June compared to 31st of March? Because in the quarterly financial results, you don't publish balance sheet.
Sir, I don't have financials available with me offhand, so it would be wrong for me to give a number at this point. Any questions related to finance, if you can just summarize all of your questions and write to us, within the next few days, we will get back to you.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you. Before we move to the next question, a reminder to the participants to ask a question. You may press star and one. Next question is from the line of Ketan Chheda, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi. Thanks for the opportunity. Karan, my question is, in your core income in the standalone business, as compared to the March quarter, there hasn't been any material improvement, and even the trend that we see is not of increasing revenues. So could you throw some light, how does your core business look like in a standalone basis? Is there a growth which we can expect, or this is a new normal of about 136, 137 crores on a quarterly run rate basis?
No, I think if you look at the current quarter, we actually have an 11% quarter-on-quarter growth. If you look at the numbers, it's 164 crores this quarter compared to the last quarter. So totally there is...
Sorry to interrupt. I'm talking about without the other income.
Yeah, okay. So even with that, I think there is growth. The Indian market is growing. We are a significant source to all the major OEMs across India, and wherever there is growth with the OEMs, we are growing along with them. The only thing that is offsetting this is, of course, the significant slowdown in Europe that we are facing right now. It has a tremendous impact on what we do. And from one week to the other, there are drops in volumes of 20-30%. Which is unprecedented or not planned. Despite these drops in volumes, we are able to maintain our capacity utilization as well as our revenues because of the addition in business in India. That's one. Second, while this is the current business that we have acquired new business from customers in India and overseas that will go into production later this year, later this calendar year, or by mid of 2026. All of this will surely add to the turnover that we have today, and for which we are also incurring a lot of capex during this current year and in the last year as well. So there will be growth, but at this point of time, what is happening is the slowdown in Europe, as well as the complete uncertainty of what is happening in the American market. Despite that slowdown, we are able to offset that with the growth in the Indian market.
Okay. Thanks for that. And the new orders for the conversion that you mentioned from diesel to electric powertrains. So whatever those few hundred numbers are, all that will be executed in this financial year?
Possibly, hopefully, but it again really, like I said in my previous comment, it depends on the customer's operational challenges, because these vehicles are deployed at various locations across Maharashtra or India, and they need to be pulled out of operations, converted, and then handed over back to the customer. So I think it is in our interest as well as the customer's interest to electrify as soon as possible so as to reap the full benefits of electrification. But I cannot really commit to saying whether all of it will be done in this financial year or some may spill over.
Okay. And could you just put a broad range of what is the expected revenue from this entire thing? I understand it may not be executed in this financial year, but at least, if you can give a broad range in terms of what would be the total order size? Say, for example, it is between 10 and 20 crores or 20 and 40 crores, something like that. A broad indication to just get a fair idea.
No, so it's very difficult to do that right now because we are still at very beginning of this journey. We are still trying to see where we can expand and whatnot. Right now we have this LCV conversion that we are talking about, which we have the orders for in various cities. But we also have this HCV product, which is a high-end product. It is for a very niche customer. The selling price and the margins there are very different. To give you an example, the LCV that we do conversions for is in the 5 to 6 lakh rupee range per vehicle, whereas the HCV conversions are in the 70 to 80 lakh rupees per vehicle kind of conversion. So we are still consolidated on all the numbers. We are still putting together the plans and so on. So it is very difficult for me to give you a number today what the next financial year looks like in terms of revenue. But for sure, there is a slow and steady growth in this business. It is, like I have mentioned in my previous calls, it is much slower than what we have expected due to the various challenges in the ecosystem altogether, but moving slowly.
No, sorry. So I meant to, my question was with respect to that order that you have received from a customer in multiple cities that you mentioned, say Pune, Nagpur, I think. So for that specific order, I meant not for the overall EV business, but only for the specific order that you got.
Yeah, so this is in the range of somewhere. This one particular one is in the range of 5 to 10 crores at this point of time, just to give some ballpark number.
Okay. And the heavy vehicle business that we are now venturing into. From when you expect that this will start contributing to our revenues, to our top line?
FY27, not before that. Because we are still building protos, we are working with the customer very closely. It will have to go through validation, through homologation and so on. So it will take some time for it to significantly contribute to revenue.
Okay. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best. Thanks.
Thank you. Participants, to join the question queue, you may press star and 1. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one. As there are no further questions from the participants, I would now like to hand the conference over to Mr. Karan Shah for the closing comments. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you again for joining this quarterly conference call. I hope we've been able to answer most of your queries. We look forward to your participation in the next quarter, and thank you again for joining. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of Precision Camshafts Ltd, that concludes this conference. Thank you all for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.